Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
So blocks and barrels and things like that. With you missed, no worries. And so not going to be any funny business, just going to be a Senna Karma lane.
Yeah, Senna Karma. The Senna was nerfed
Further away.
because it's 20 minutes when they're both meeting in mid, grabbing all that farm. Def can kill pressure.
Yeah, ulti comes through. Beryl now walks past the turret and is going to be able to lock down the Zeri. Just a 2v2 kill here on the bottom side. Dawning Shadow comes in, gets a whole bunch of shielding, and now Life is just a cat on a book with nowhere to go. Beryl with the piercing darkness on top of him. They're going to do it.
You've got a whole new DRX here who's playing a different strategy. They prepared the counter for your Zeri that you're like, oh, they gave it for free, and then actually they countered it. They came prepared.
Emperor's Divide, gonna grab Zeka, who flashes in a pretty awkward position, as now Pyosik wants to safeguard over. Zeka takes a while to die, but he eventually will. Is going to be the Rift Herald secured, as Kingen just walks back. Yeah, Rascal still with the lead in CS, so he's absolutely fine. Pyosik coming on down here as Aiming and Life still struggling. This tower is well and truly dead. Cuz position absolutely known.
All the extra plate gold. Yeah, Life comes at you hard, but KT sometimes comes at you harder. Yeah. Remember, this is a KT, by the way, guys who have this matchup.
Still going to be happy with that situation. I don't think Zeka needed to flash, but I don't think it's too much of a big deal. As Def doing so much damage here to Aiming, almost just dies. Oh, there's the Dawning Shadow. Goodbye. That is just pretty much a solo killing. Beryl put on a shield or something like that. I like that you bring that up. But this Infernal trying to get the work done as Cuz dives on over. Great kickback from Pyosik to deny the ulti from the Yuumi. Kingen's going to go down immediately. Gwen not quite immune enough. And now Pyosik's in trouble as well. Def absolutely no mana and not a lot of health either as KT just destroy the team fight. And they'll go back to the Drake.
They're looking for Deft here too. They want some of that shutdown gold.
Aiming wants some revenge, but Pyosik says absolutely not. The safeguard shield comes in, and Deft is able to walk out alive.
He walks out alive. Okay, but KT get this Drake, which is really critical because they deny the soul point with a composition that already...
Go dash and extend OW.
Yeah, it's got the hyphens around the O.
Yeah. It's from Mattel. Batteries sold separately.
Yes, no batteries unless they've got... Not going to be enough long term here as Kingen's like, yeah, I'm just going to take this out and we'll just continue to auto. Knowing that Aiming isn't coming down, nobody's coming down. Here's the DRX, see a nice little edge here.
There are a whole bunch of other players from other teams as Rascal comes on in here, finds himself towards the back of the pit, and it's going to be secured there by Pyosik. DRX now considering whether to fight or not. Zeka immediately is going to go down though as Cuz kicked back, but not exactly the target they want as Arya does find an Emperor's Divide. Doesn't get too many kills with it, but Deft is going to get taken down, and that is the main thing. Beryl short to follow, and that's the double kill for Zeri.
Zeri picking up a lot of gold that she so desperately needs, and for the first time in a long time, DRX gets him dragged out.
Yeah.
As Kingen is like, no, we could do this. We could maybe 50-50 this. I don't think so.
How immune can Gwen be is the question as she dashes on in, wants to get in there before Pyosik to give him the opportunity. He gets into the pit. This is the Baron! What the heck? There is no way that that should have been possible. As now Kingen, he's got a Dawning Shadow as well, actually gets gap closed with a gigantic card.
I would extendo beam every time I get a chance, but...
You can do extendo dash as well, Wolf. If you want to just add extendos to a lot of different stuff, that is definitely possible.
You know that old YouTube series, Will It Blend? Like, I feel like that's...
Let's see what the timing's going to look like this time as they need to wait for a Q to land from Pyosik and see whether they can get that work done as Cuz has engaged. Pyosik dives on forward. Dawning Shadow doesn't find too much value here, but Deft is pretty safe. Emperor's Divide does basically nothing, and Arya is punished immediately. Aiming. They're trying to get on top of him. Can Gwen do it? Is the question. Rascal's real dead up towards the blue buff, but Aiming's also alive. And DRX are now looking to lock down this Drake. There is no Lee Sin, but there's also no members of KT, so that is going to be Infernal Soul, and there is nothing Aiming can do about it as Kingen's got some angry scissors. But the extender...
Going to hold the aggro.
Very interesting. We're going for another 50-50. It's Cuz's turn to try and prove himself here. Pyosik gets in, but it is going to be Cuz. That secures it. Can they win the team fight, though, which is the big question. Kingen dives on top, and yes, they wipe out the Azir and the Gragas. Aiming and Cuz on the wrong side of the map, but DRX are like, well, I guess we're just going to try and destroy your base.
Kingen's already here with a huge wave, and Cuz will never be able to do the same here between turrets. As this is not a race. This is really just KT going, all right, we've got to defend with this Baron buff that we've got, which means it'll be completely wasted. Worst case scenario here, though, with 30 seconds left on Aria and Rascal, DRX might just end the game, and you have to look for some sort of engage, you have to look for some sort of angle, but your two engaged champions are gone, they're dead, they're in the death chamber. And things could not look more dire here for KT.
Never mind, I told a lie. Chaos Storm just on top of KT, pushing them out of this area. And the Elder, Yoshik does have the Q on it, is now aiming over the wall. Kingen now looking for him, but he's immune. Because, of course, he is Gwen. And that is the Dawning Shadow over the top. DRX now keeping themselves healthy. Remember, Piercing Darkness from Deft. All of the sustain that you could ever want is now Rascal in trouble. There's the flash out from another Empress Divide. And the Azir is going to go down. The Elder is resetting now, as it is going to be secured by Cuz. And now DRX are getting ripped apart.
Okay, finally.
Oh, no, it's just a tale of smites.
Yeah, finally, KT get the crucial objective they need, and 3 bodies come with it there, as well as that GA from Pioshik, which is massive to grab. They hit that engage last time, it was good enough.
Deft? Yeah, Deft getting engaged on by Rascal. Sorry, by Cuz, as that's a kickback underneath the turret. He's going to have to flash, get himself out of the way. Pioshik, though, he's going to go down to that GA and is likely just going to die. Not a lot of options. Actually, no. Able to get out, but Beryl not going to be so lucky.
Beryl gets burned down. That might be the go button here for KT. 20 seconds
still,
left on this.
They are still getting bounties from this as well, which is just ridiculous, because now
hilarious.
they have a gold lead.
Yeah, and because there's a timer for how bounties reset, so you're still going to be able to get a little bit of this. And they pick up another bunch of gold here. Gold is starting to become irrelevant. What's really going to be on. Kingan's got a nice flank angle. Aria is in big trouble here.
This could be really, really awful as Sundisk goes up.
They can turn on the
out
teleport.
the Emperor's Divide, but Kingen just dashes over the top of it. Rascal now is going to turn up to try and heroically save his mid laner, as Zekker's in a really odd spot, but does get himself back to the safety of his team. And KT have just overextended into DRX. They've lost their mid laner already. The Baron's back up.
You can't win this fight without an Emperor's Divide, I don't think, as KT, but they're going to have to try. No cask available here for Rascal, who's at 1/3 health. Do or die time, KT.
Yeah, Kingen getting into the pit here. Pioshik as well.
Zekker coming back full health with the TP, full mana.
Yeah, and Deft is here with a whole lot of sustain as well. Now DRX are just going to try and pop some bullets into this thing. And Rascal, what can you do? Cuz, can you actually get in and try and defend this? That Gatorade barrel ain't going to do it, and that is going to be the Baron secured by DRX. This game is just so chaotic, man. Like Kingen as well, wanting to get that flank as Pioshik gets towards the Drake, wants to try and get in there as Cuz dives forward as well. Okay, aiming, trying to just take matters into his own hands as Pioshik's going to get exhausted, and aiming is still alive. But you can see Zekker here, Deft left on his own completely. And Zekker not really doing damage right now. Deft's going to get body slammed and wiped out as DRX completely on different pages.
Yeah, DRX really on different pages there. Pioshik's defensive kicks here used so early that it allows Zeri to get into a backline and get a single target blow up. And now as DRX, you don't have options. You can't try to finish the game because all 3 inhibitors are up. The Nexus turrets are up. There's no pathway, even with it you have, to try to rush things through or pull KT back. KT are just going to group up now, and with this insane pushing power that Zeri has, try to push down in some inhibitors of their own finally here. Kingen has teleport, so he can stave off the top pressure. Looks like he's just going to go ahead and head home right now.
Yep.
But if anybody dies here on the side of DRX, I mean, that's the end of the game. We're going to game 3. It's been so back and forth.
This has been the weirdest game ever. Teleport going to come in, keeps that minion alive. This mid lane is not long for the world, but can they take down these Nexus turrets? 10 seconds on Deft. Beryl now trying to get underneath.
Have to buy time
Safety of
somehow.
his Nexus, yeah, exactly right, but it's only 6 seconds to go before it's a 5v5, but the Elder Drake is so powerful, and the Baron is just worn off. KT running out of minions. Remember, they haven't done their homework. Their side lanes are still
not doing anything here for KT, so it's
look at the wave
wave
stacking on in the top lane. Like, that is absolutely gigantic. That may actually break open that one, but super minions now finally getting in there as Kingen. Yes, he's immune, so he's going to be all right as now Rascal goes for the engage. Kingen going to get taken down to his GA as there is the Dawning Shadow. Rascal in trouble. Body slams his way to relative safety, but look at Aria getting taken down so incredibly low. Now Zekker, can he actually do this as the health bars are so low, but Deft
the range!
I think there's been enough cooldowns down that he can get the chase. And yeah, he's just going to dash on over. Can they actually do it? As
teleport?
Teleport immediately comes forward. Rascal throws down the cast and is going to be out interrupted. And now aiming, he's going to like 4-shot this Nexus. The heist has been complete. And KT take down DRX.
KT take him down, and we're going to a game